go a bit deeper on that. There's a great quote from you where you said entrepreneurship regrows your brain from the damage that school has done. Why aren't we financially literate? It's a question I always ask. And, a couple of years ago, we went heavy into the blockchain space. Mm-hmm. And when you play around with Bitcoin for a while, you start looking at the fiat currency system, askance a little bit. And then you start asking these questions like, well, how come we weren't taught about money? And then obviously, things that Robert has said so many times, schools teach you to be poor, things that you echo. But why weren't we taught financial education? Why are we still not taught financial education?
That's a great question, Brian. We have hit our head against the wall trying to bring the games and books into the school system. All we get is we don't teach money in school. It's like it's an evil subject, which I do not understand because it's something everybody uses every day in their life. It's the number one life skill. Yet people don't know. We work so hard for our money, but then nobody teaches us what to do with our money. So maybe it's on purpose. Maybe they don't want us to know about money. I don't know. When we created the cash flow game, Brian, one of the first things I did is I sent it. I had a contact at Harvard, and she was a professor there. So I sent it to her and I said, play this game, see what you think, and I'll call you in a couple of weeks. So I call her in a couple of weeks and I said, have you played the game? She goes, this is Harvard, Kim. We don't play games at Harvard. We don't teach about money. It's below them. It was like below them. So I really don't know today. More and more schools are starting to bring, but not really the public school system. I see it in charter schools. I see it in homeschooling. I see it in individuals, teachers, parents who will bring financial education into the school. But I think it could just be on purpose that the powers that be do not want people financially literate because then they would have more control over their life. And maybe there's forces that don't want that to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, let's go a little bit deeper on that because there's people that also start to criticize when the government starts sending people checks. And,
yes,
you did a great interview with PragerU, and they were dropping clips of you recently where I think you were saying, we got to stop conditioning people to expect or get used to getting that check, that unemployment check, that COVID check, that whatever check, because it conditions them, I guess, to be ultimately helpless.
Yes.
Some people say that all these social programs, they look like you're helping people, but other groups zoom out and they say, actually, you're doing the opposite to these people. You're conditioning them to be dependent on the state. Then their behaviors have to kind of align with the state.
Correct.
And sooner or later, you're actually incentivizing families not to stay together. You're incentivizing people not to work. And you've almost created these anti-humans just to get that check. I don't know. I'm curious for your thoughts on all that.
Oh, I've got big thoughts on that. I think one of the worst things you can do is give people money. One of the most important things is what it does to your soul, to your spirit, to your self-esteem. What makes countries great is production. What makes people great is getting out there and producing, coming up against obstacles and having breakthroughs and all of this. I think it's just keeping people very, very dependent on the government. And of course, if you give people money, there is a price to pay. And that price is your freedom. That price is control over your own life, control over your own body even. And now they're coming out with UBI, Universal Basic Income. They're experimenting with that in the US where everybody gets a check. I mean, I think it's the worst thing you can do. I am a huge, huge proponent of capitalism, free markets, free trade. I think that's what keeps the world running, not just giving people money, printing more money, giving people checks, stimmy checks. Oh, my goodness. So many people right now in the U.S. are not working. I don't know how they afford it, but I know for a fact people who had been on welfare for a short period of time because they had something that, years ago they had a situation and they weren't working and they needed money. They said to me, it was the worst feeling ever going into that office and picking up a check without earning it. I mean, I think people in general, they want to be of contribution. They want to earn what they get. They need to be in exchange. And with stimmy checks and free money and all UBI, it's just one big out of exchange for me. And I'm more concerned about what it does to a person's soul and spirit. and what that price that they're paying for that check, they probably have no idea, but I would never, ever, ever pay that price, ever.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, got to do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
We took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.